Good day, parents. It's a pleasure for me to basically share with you some strategies that you can use to, to help support your children now or in year 11. Now, it's really important that this year we give our children, those parents in year 11, with children in year 11, it's really important that we give our children every support we can. Okay, so I've got some strategies here that has helped many parents over the years, and I would like you guys to sort of look into it. Show your children the section for the children, and the parents. You make sure you go through and you read the section for parents. Now, ultimately, as well, I've got a number of videos that I'm planning to send out because it's all about empowering others and getting others to improve. Now, ultimately, for my year 11 students, you know, I would like them to sort of get the parents to subscribe to my channel. So all the resources that I'm sending out, I'll be doing stuff for chemistry, stuff for physics, stuff for maths that I'll be recording and sending out. So therefore, there's lots of knowledge over the next 3, 4 months before the GCSE exam begin, especially in maths, English, and science. I'm also going to be looking at study techniques as well, revision techniques, and so on. But anyway, further ado, how can we help our children in year 11? Okay. Um, right. So basically, we've got a situation here. How can we help our children in year 11? Now, parents, I'm telling you, you might think this is, not important, but breakfast is really, really key. Providing them with breakfast, take them to school if possible. Reduce the traffic on the bus. It sometimes, it can be just so tiring by the time they get into school. I would also suggest just to find out if your child is on the right path, put them on subject report. And remember, this is about supporting your child. Put them on subject report so you can see if they're meeting their targets and actually say to the teachers that would like to know exactly if they're meeting their targets, yeah, in terms of the target grades, their behavior, and if they're completing their homework. Okay, very important that you basically find out the dates of their mock exams. So therefore, you can actually help them set up the revision study timetable, help them to get themselves organized. Find out especially the real dates for the GCSE exams and have these decorated all over the house. So therefore, they'll know every time they look. I've seen so many times children come into school. Which exam I've got? Real GCSE. Not, this is no fake GCSE here, guys. Real GCSEs. They come in. Which exam I've got? Oh, I've got this one today. Not a clue. We can't be making those sort of mistakes like those parents. I'm not saying those parents, um, you know, don't know better, but ultimately, guys, if you don't know sometimes how you can help. And that's the reason why I'm providing this resource. So, because a lot of parents ask me a lot of questions over the years, I'm like, you know, honestly, they don't know. And if they had known, they would have done better. You know what's another thing, guys? Find out if they're doing foundation or higher exams. I remember I was working in a school where this teacher, he was entering the kids for foundation science exam. And I'm like, no, these kids are higher tier. And actually, I was the one teaching them anyway. So I was saying higher tier. They all got smashed A's. If they had done the foundation, the most best grade they can actually get was a grade C in the old money. Now, guys, the new setting now for foundation, the best grade they can get is a 5 on a foundation paper, right? You've got some exam boards now who are only doing one tier entry. We've got to find out if it's a higher tier or the foundation tier. For foundation tier, if there's one for that exam board or for that particular subject, the highest it will go is a 5. Now, on the higher tier now, you can get grades from 3 all the way up to grade 9. So guys, make sure you're checking that out and make sure that your child is entered for the right exam. Next one, find out if there's any outstanding coursework. I know there's a lot of coursework going out now, no longer in place because of most subjects now is 100% exams. But guys, I'm going to suggest that you check out if there's an outstanding piece of work. And let me tell you, there's so many times, parents said, oh, but I asked him and he said he didn't have any homework. That's the reason I said put them on subject report. You'll find out that and put homework as one of them. Yeah. Ensure that they have a revision study timetable. I can't reinforce that enough. Ensure that they have a revision study timetable that they're following. And what do I mean by that? On a weekly basis, right? You might say Sunday is their day off. You might say Saturday they work for a couple of hours. But Monday, for example, you do 30 minutes, and I would say maximum 45 minutes in any one slot. Okay? Give them a chance then, whatever they wanted to play on the phone, whatever, give them a break. But ultimately, once they've taken a break, is when they come back after their revision, they need to check to see if they've retained the information by writing it down, by writing a summary of what they've just studied, or else it won't stay in their long-term memory. Now, what some of the parents do as well, they get their children to write information on study cards, revision cards, take the cards off them, ask them to tell them what's on the other side. I've seen parents who can't read, and I'm talking about, they say to me, look, Mr. Hamilton, I can't do this. But I say, listen, you can just act the fool. You basically give them that paper, let them read it to you. You look on the other side, and I tell you, that will work wonders because your child see you as a part of their solution. And it worked. And it worked, guys. So be a part of your child's year 11 experience. Every help and support you can give to them, it's real, it's vital, and it works on their mindset. And what we want for our children is growth mindset, not fixed mindset that I can only do this, I can only get that. But just imagine, you know, we don't, as parents, have to know, about the A star bits and so on. All we need is we get the right resources for our children. Ensure that they, praise them at every opportunity. Praise your child at every opportunity. Don't forget to tell them that you love them. That's key, guys. We've got to tell them that we love them. Provide a tutor for subjects they find challenging. Right, guys, set high expectations. Too many parents have met over the years. Expectations are too low, guys. If they get a C, it's all right. If they get a 4, it's all right. I'm not saying we're going to stress our children out. I'm not saying we should tell them that they should get a 7 when they're currently working at a 5. But we've got to have high expectations. And what's key as well? If your child have an idea of some sort of job, regardless, whatever it may be, that they would like to become, that helps with the growth mindset. Explain, I actually asked the child today at work and I said, look, tell me one thing you would have liked your parents to say to you. And they said to me, explain why they need their GCSEs. I also asked an adult as well, and adults say the same thing to me. But I'm like, but I tell you every day. And so on, so how comes you don't know? It just doesn't sink in, sir. And so, well, you need it, and you need it for this. And then we went into a long, big chat about how and why they need these things. Purchase revision guides, guys, and workbook. And make sure if you're going to get a revision guide, you get one with answers. Okay? Make sure you get one with answers. Okay, guys? Now, attend parents' evenings and target setting days with subject teachers. Too many times, parents, oh, I've got work to go. Oh, if I don't turn up there. Guys, you've got to turn up. At least one member of the family has to turn up. Take all the information you can. Make sure you go and see the relevant teachers, especially subjects that they're not doing so well in. So then you can say, Miss, Sir, can I get, a checklist of topics that my child needs to improve on? Get that information from them, guys. Because if we do that, moms and dads, if we do that, aunties, uncles, carers, guardians, guys, if we get all of these things done, our children will succeed in year 11. But, it would be nice if we're doing these things way, way before. So what we've got to do, guys, we've just got to be on top of things. And this is one year that we're going to sacrifice everything else, but we are going to make sure we put every effort in it for our children. Okay. Make sure that their exam timetable is easily accessible location. So make sure it's there, it's in their face. Anywhere they sit down and study and revise, put an exam timetable there. It's put on the fridge, put it in their bedrooms, put on A3 paper. Make sure they've got availability. Make sure they can say it. Guys, this is the time when we've got to do everything we can for them. Right now, what should the child be doing? So parents, I want you to share this part with your child. Now, I need them to have I need them to have breakfast in the morning. Create and use a revision study timetable. Use flashcards, revision cards with the questions on one side and the answer on the other. Listen. Listen to parents and their teachers. Get past exam questions with answers and mark schemes. So what you do with the paper, you check your answer. Look at the mark scheme. See what the examiners are giving you marks for. Because too many times children are, you look from the outside or in the mock exam and you see children sit in an exam, right? And put their head on the table. You see children, we're marking papers and children graffiti all over the exam paper. I'm like, what are you playing at? Use the time to break down another question, read a question, show you working out. Underline the keywords within these questions. But ultimately, I said, get these past papers, get some model answers as well. There's so many answers on Google and all the other different, sites. But I'll send a video out and different various websites to support with maths and science and English language. Okay, guys, use YouTube. Oh my God, if I had YouTube in my days, guys, I would have I would know most things that I needed because there's so many different people out there explain stuff, and you might say, well, look at this guy. No, he's not very good. Look at that guy. No, but then you find the right one that explains that makes sense. And of course, I must warn you though that not everything on YouTube is correct. Okay, so. But basically, you want ones where you see lots and lots of views on there. That's one way to sort of, try and take the best ones. Okay, guys, now use a revision guide and workbooks. Yeah, use of revision guides and workbooks. Okay, and especially you want to get ones with the answers. No, some children are saying to me that they can't be bothered to go to a revision session. Guys, you're getting it for free. You're getting it for free. You take every opportunity. For a tutor out there, it's very expensive, you know. So if you can get a tutor in school to support you with anything, use them. Get a checklist of topics that you need to improve on from your teachers and get a setting where you use your revision, your study timetable to work on these checklists. Try to be positive. Try to keep calm because you know what? All of this, guys, it's in your hands. It's your future. All we can do as parents is support you, to guide you, to get these GCSE exams because what it will do for you, it will open doors, guys. It will help you to create doors that wasn't there. And once you have achieved these GCSEs, you will be able to go to whatever college you're in, whatever you would like to do. So, guys, I hope you've learned a lot about parents and children, that you've learned a lot from what I've said tonight. I'll be sending out many more videos on how to improve, um, in terms of revision techniques, study techniques, in terms of resources, doing some lessons on some key topics in maths and science that I'm really good at, and so on. So God bless. Hope everything goes well for you. God bless. Good luck.